What's up, you guys? Brief test. I know more than likely you thought I was done with the small scale models, and so did I. But my studies of the 10th dimension have led me to want to investigate certain concepts. And so I'm just going to do some very random tests here. And we'll see what we come up with. Basically, I discovered that the 10th dimension might be related to hover, and it also might be related to soil. Okay, and why that's interesting. Obviously, we're on a planet with soil. And ours is very unique in that, of course it can support life. What is soil? Truthfully, it is obviously matter, but it's in a certain configuration at the balance point of our existence with gravity, allowing us to live anti-grav lives. Lives that are not dominated by the force of gravity. We can easily jump. We can easily go dig into the ground beneath us relatively easily. Almost as easily as we can jump, really. Anyway, so this is kinetic sand. And as with most of my things, I just believe there might be a breakthrough, though I'm not seeing anything that I can calculate. I'm actually very surprised at the lack of reaction, which may in itself be its own treasure trove of data, but the time machines will, of course, help me to extract data that, in this case, I think would almost be non-existent because just how little I'm getting from this test. Very interesting. Very interesting. I know some of you have been asking about the large-scale models. Actually, I'm ready to begin tests on that again. I made a huge mistake with it, though, with the first part of it. Though I'm going to need to order more materials in order to continue it. I'm almost 2 months behind, so I'm really just going to go ahead and push everything back a year. I think I was overzealous. Now I'm shooting for the modifications to be done in January of next year. I know that's disappointing, but if GTA can do it, I can do it too. So I think what I'm building is a little bit more complicated than Grand Theft Auto video game. And so I'm also going to push back my tour to next year, but no biggie. If we make some great progress, maybe we'll start early. This is very surprising, ladies and gentlemen. Surprising, and surprising is always a good thing. Always a good thing. I never would have imagined such a material. It's really giving me true anti-grav intuition. Look at that. Look how soft it is under certain conditions. Able to stretch into this thin, spindly thing, and yet, when compressed, acts as almost a relative boulder. I'm thinking, and I'll have to pause this test very soon, but I'm thinking I need to somehow interact with it in its non-stable form. It's very hard to do, so I will do some more research, and I will be back soon.